And we are live from Buckeye High School in Buckeye, Arizona. My name is Ben Munawera, and I'm here with Alex Medina. And sorry, due to some technical difficulties, we are just coming at you late in the first quarter. It is 17-6, Buckeyes lead. Alex, we've seen some good basketball here. You want to give us tonight's lineup?
Yes, starting with Buckeye High School, number 0, Jaren Griffin. Number 1, Darius Haskin. Number 3, Isaiah Leyva. Number 4, Pablo Cardenas. And number 30, Zachary Bennett.
Tonight is Buckeye senior night, and so far we have an all-senior starting lineup going for them as they play the Copper Canyon Aztecs, and we are about 23 seconds left in the first, and Alex is going to give you a Copper Canyon starting 5 as well.
That's right, Ben. Here we have it. Number 2, Isaac Molina. Number 4, Alberto Gomez Castro. Number 3, Alex Quijada. Number 11, Simarion Banks. And number 20, Mathis McGee. We are here in Buckeye, Arizona. Now you look around the stadium, Ben, and there is banners all across it. This is definitely one of the nicest stadiums in Arizona, here in Buckeye, Arizona.
Absolutely, Alex. And as I had mentioned, it is senior night. We have a packed house. We have the cheerleaders. We have the band. We have the dance team. And we have a Buckeye lead. It is 19-6 with 10.7 left in the first. And Leyva inbounds it to Haskins. Back to Leyva. Puts it up for 3. And it is no good. Rebounded by Gomez. Puts it up. And it is no good. And we are up 19-6. Hawks lead going into the second quarter. Alex, so far, the Aztecs were scoreless for a little bit. It looked like it was a double-digit lead, but they were able to get 6 up late in the first. What are we thinking of Buckeye tonight so far?
That's right, Ben, and tonight is Copper Canyon's last game of their season. They have some seniors on their team, which means they'll be leaving the team. This is their last game, like I said, and right now, Copper Canyon is 8.
So if you guys screaming, you got to step over. We're going to go under, all right? Step up to take it away, go under, so they can't roll to the hoop. All right?
Yeah, we gotta talk because they hit that back cut once, so then we get worried about that back cut, and we won't help this guy.
Yeah, but
So
they hit the back cut because when they passed and cut, we turned our head.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't turn your head.
Talk.
See the ball. All right, let's go. Push. Man, Nick has one job to do.
Sit down, bro.
You can sit. Nick's got one job.
There you hear it from Coach Kishbaugh of Buckeye High School. Now, I was saying, Copper Canyon is 8-14. This is their last game of the season. Buckeye High School is 14-10. And after tonight, they have one more game against Horizon High School in Scottsdale, Arizona.
That's right, Alex. And as you said, they're undefeated in section play as they are looking to close out their last home game of the year with a victory on their senior night. And so far, they have a 13-point lead into the second.
That's right, Ben. Now, Copper Canyon, they're 3-4 on the road, 2-8 at home. Right now, they are on the road. The score is currently 19-6. They are down. It is second quarter with 7 minutes to go.
Like you said, they do have a pretty good record on the road, although they did play a Buckeye at home, and they did lose their first outing to Buckeye with a score of 67-55, and they find themselves in a hole tonight again, Alex.
Now, Buckeye High School is very into their sports here in Buckeye, Arizona. Now, everybody's here tonight. We have the cheerleaders, we have the families, especially the families of the seniors. This is their last game in a high school match, obviously. A lot of the Buckeye players from tonight's game, they're multi-sport athletes. Now, we see a lot of that in the sports world. Deion Sanders, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray. Now, you look around at these players and you wonder where they're going to go, and you just cheer them on both sides of the court. Now, Buckeyes high school varsity football team, they're going to be going to Dallas in August for their first game, and they travel all over the country. Every year in 2025, they'll be going to Hawaii. The year before last, Vince D'Alicio, the show host of the Varsity Sports Show, actually traveled with them to Hawaii and ran a show in Hawaii. He was a one-man team. He got some parents around to help him, and it worked out well. And here we are in Buckeye, Arizona for tonight's varsity basketball game.
We have Griffin pulling up for a mid-ranger, and it doesn't fall in. Rebound by Buckeye. Back out to Standard, who makes the three. It is now 21-6, Hawks lead. And that is no good from mid-range, was Gomez Castro. We have a foul on Copper Canyon. It looks like Buckeyes about to have the ball again. And we have a 30-second timeout real quick, and in that, we will go to Coach Kishbaugh.
JD staying, all right? JD staying. All right, good. Hey, good shot. Are you ready to go back in? All right, good job. All right. Hey, it's a 30. Stand up. Stand up. Hey, we got to box out and get rebounds. All right, let's go. Oh. Offensively, what are we still running?
Nice words from Coach Kishbaugh, coaching his team with a 24-6 lead with 6:06 left in the second. The Aztecs have been putting up shots. They just haven't been making them. That's been their biggest issue tonight, and a few turnovers have contributed to a deficit that they are in now. And Castro will inbound the ball to Moling Jr. And that is James Dwayne Takeo with a foul and a turnover back to Buckeye. As Isaiah Leyva takes the ball up court, passes it to Haskins, and passes it back to Leyva, who puts up the three and makes it. We have a 27-point lead now. Excuse me, a 27-6 lead now. So far, Alex, Isaiah Leyva has been having a great shooting night, pulling up from mid-range, and that is his second three-pointer of the night. Do you have a case for early MVP of the game?
That's right, Ben. And, you know, Isaiah Leyva, he's a senior. He's going out tonight. His last game here in Buckeye, he averages 18 points per game. He is number one in...
Oh, he almost had it. Sorry, go ahead.
He's number one in points and also plays varsity football, varsity baseball, an all-around athlete.
And an all-around playmaker on the court, shooting, facilitating, defense. What more could Coach Kishbaugh want? And what a heads-up play by Griffin to throw the ball off of the Aztecs to get the ball back. Although we did hit him in the head, but that's just basketball. As Leyva brings the ball back up court again, and they have a 23-point lead with 5 left in the second. Back to Leyva. Dishes it to Griffin, who makes a move. Gets off a couple defenders. And it looks like it'll be a traveling violation.
Now, as we were talking about Isaiah Leyva, he right now has 348 points coming into this game.
That's right, Alex. And he also leads his team in points per game, averaging 18.3. And he's also second in assists on the team, averaging 3.7 per game.
Yes, on the Buckeye side, Darius Haskin, number one, is first in assists.
Castro ditches it back to Malia. That's Favor dishing it back to Haskins, who almost gets the steal. But the Aztecs get it back. Dishes it back to Castro. And that is a shot clock violation, and that'll be another turnover for the Aztecs as the Hawks will get the ball right back. It looks like we have a timeout by Buckeye, so we're going to pitch you guys down to Coach Kishbaugh.
Hey, we're going to go. We're still going to go X, all right? But we want to hit Zach on the block. When we get the ball to Zach, right? JJ, you're going to dive, right? Okay, we're looking Zach to JJ. If the backside guy helps, who's this? It's you? All right, it's the backside pass. All right. Hooks.
Inspiring words by Coach Kishwa to his team tonight. Alex, Buckeye is a 23-point lead with still room left in this second quarter. 4 minutes left. I mean, we've seen great basketball from them all around. Defense, offense, creating turnovers, scoring off of turnovers as Haskins drives for the layup and doesn't get it. Although they get the ball back, Griffin with the rebound. Gets another one, puts it up, and makes it. Alex, what do the Aztecs got to do now to get back into this game, now down 25?
Well, before the game, I spoke to Coach Grit Karowitz, the head coach of Copper Canyon. He was very optimistic about walking away with from tonight's game with a win. Now, like I said, away they're 3-4, so we just got to watch and see what they can do.
Bennett drops the ball, gets it back, looking for a man to pass it out to, gets it to Haskins, back to Bennett, puts it up, and it's in. The lead increases. And that is Gomez Castro with the ball, feeding it inside. And it's no good. It looks like we'll have a jump ball.
Now, before the game was starting, I talked a little bit about Buckeye High School's football program. Now, the football varsity head coach of Buckeye High School is an assistant coach for the varsity basketball team, Coach Pooney Ellis. You see him down on the bench right now, assisting with coaching the team.
As Leva brings the ball up court once again. Dishes it out to Cardenas, back to Leva. Haskins across back to Cardenas. Hawks are facilitating great tonight as Cardenas pulls up from three, and it is no good. And there's Gomez Castro pulling up the floater from mid-range, doesn't get it. And Leva couldn't get the board, and the Aztecs will remain possession.
That's right, Ben. Now, currently the score, the Hawks 33, Copper Canyon Aztecs 6. Be sure to stay tuned into this game. At halftime, I will be interviewing Coach Kishbaugh.
That's a great job by Griffin to fight for the ball, forcing a jump ball. Oh, but it looks like they're saying it might be Aztec ball still. And it will stay Aztec ball. There's Gomez Castro with it, dishing it out. And that was Malia Jr. pulling up and missing. And Zach Bennett with the rebound as Leva drives inside. Great move, gets the foul, but it doesn't go in. So far, Alex, we've seen Isaiah Leva doing everything for the Hawks. Shooting, pulling up, facilitating. I already said this a couple minutes ago, but we may have our game MVP already.
That's right, and right now he's currently at the line. Now, Ben, I said earlier he plays varsity football, he plays varsity baseball, and he is currently on the court right now playing varsity basketball. This is an all-around athlete, averaging 18 points per game, number 1 in points for the team. Now, he also has a field goal percentage rate of 42%. So there he is, Isaiah Leva.
And that is Samorian Banks with the basket, giving the Aztecs 8. And Leva with a great pass to Bennett, but he couldn't hang on to it. Gets it up, gets the foul, and he'll go to the line again. Before we got started tonight, Bennett made his first 2 free throws, hoping to go 4 for 4 at the line tonight.
Now, Zach Bennett also plays varsity football. Now, not only does he play varsity football, but he is the quarterback of that team. Now, he is number 1 in field goals. He has 52%, and he is also number 1 in rebounds, 6 per game. And that is Zach Bennett right now, currently at the line. Now, right now, the score is 34 Hawks and the Aztecs 8. Make that 35-8.
And as we said, he was hoping to go 4 for 4, and he did that. There's Bennett again with some great defense inside the paint as Haskins drives to the rim, goes for the dunk, but the ball still goes in even though he couldn't convert it. And we have a 37-8 lead now. That's Dwayne Takeo with the layup attempt. That was no good as Leyva brings the ball back up court, pulls up from mid-range, and drills it as we have a 31-point lead now with about a minute and 10 seconds left to go in this first half. And that's Gomez Castro with the floater. Rebound by Bennett. And here comes Leyva pulling up from 3, and it is no good. Rebound by Dwayne Takeo. As Molina passes it out to Dwayne Takeo, who makes the 3, and it is now 39-11 Hawks. Leyva gets it to Griffin, who drives inside, goes through a man. And it looks like it'll be a blocking foul as Jaron Griffin will go to the free throw line. Foul was on Samarian Banks, and that was his 3rd foul.
Number 0, KJ Griffin.
Griffin is hoping to increase the lead from 28 to 30 with 31 and a half seconds left to go in this first half. This first one falls right off to the left. Still a 28-point lead. And that last one looks like it was going to roll out, but it goes in. So Griffin goes 1 for 2 at the line, as the Aztecs will look to get any kind of offense going here to make the game a bit more winnable coming out of the half. And there's Haskins making a play, tipping the ball out of bounds with 22.1 to go. And it'll be Isaac Malia inbounding it for the Aztecs, who gets it to Gomez Castro. And it looks like there was a backcourt violation as the Hawks force another turnover and are looking to increase this lead with 18.2 left in the first half. And it'll be Haskin inbounding the ball for Buckeye. Here comes Leyva watching the clock, making sure that this is the last possession of the half. ISO situation here, less than 10. Leyva, Haskins for 3, and it is no good. But Bennett gets the rebound and pulls up, but it goes in and out. Shot won't count. And we are going into the half with a 40-11 Buckeye lead. And as I mentioned, it is halftime, and now we will go to break.
Hello, my name is Ella Walter-Sanchez for the Varsity Sports Show. Welcome to our halftime show. Last semester, I hosted the Scottsdale Sport Report on our weekly radio show, and now I'm here to give you an update on another high school sport, basketball, as well as give you a deeper insight into what makes Scottsdale sports so special from the athletic directors that are behind it all.
Swarrow basketball is doing really well. It's a young program this year, has some freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, kind of a dominant underclassmen program. And so, you know, in the wins column, they've struggled a little bit early on, but they're starting to gel and play their best basketball here.
I mean, our defense, right? Our defense has showed up. It's making it very difficult for them to score the basketball. So we're doing a good job of putting pressure on them. They're turning the ball over. They're taking shots, and we're getting the rebounds, and we're getting out and going. So there's a lot going for us defensively. It's translating into our offense, especially fast break points.
Now you guys are up. How's the team doing? You have a few seniors that are leaving tonight. How is everybody feeling?
I do. Yeah, it's senior night, so senior nights are always super emotional, right? So we came out a little bit slow in the first 2 minutes. Everybody wanted to kind of jack up shots and it took us a little while to get into our offensive rhythm there, but, it's always great to get the seniors out here. Those guys have been working really hard for 4 years for us. So it's amazing to get out here, celebrate them, give them a chance to, be on the floor all together for one last time here. So
Thanks, Coach.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
My name's Alexandra Medina with the Varsity Sports Show, and I am here at Buckeye High School's varsity basketball coach, the head coach of the boys varsity basketball team. Now, Copper Canyon has won more games on the road. Can you tell me about how optimistic are you guys for tonight's game? Walking away with a win.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
I mean, I think that you just got to approach every game the same, right?
We're a little short-handed tonight. We've had unfortunate luck with some injuries.
We got to focus about us and doing our job.
But the guys that we do have out there are stepping into new roles.
Our game plan, I like our
they're excited to compete.
Coach, Isaiah Leyva averages 18 points per game. Can you tell me a little bit about how he might play into tonight's success?
We had our senior night last week.
I think the stats are the stats, but if you really look at his impact on the game, most teams that we played have sent 2 or 3 guys at him. He's capable of putting a lot more points up, but he doesn't force things, right? He's going to play off of what the defense is going to do. So if they're going to double team him, then he's going to get rid of the ball, and we're going to make the team pay.
There you hear it from Coach Kishbaugh, the Buckeyes Hawks varsity basketball team. My name's Alexandra Medina with the Varsity Sports Show, and I am here at Buckeye High School with Coach Kishbaugh, the head coach of the boys varsity basketball team. Coach, now Copper Canyon travels very well. How optimistic are you guys about walking away with a win?
I mean, I think that you just got to approach every game the same, right? We can't worry and focus about them. We got to focus about us and doing our job. And if we come out and execute our game plan, I like our chances of pulling a win out.
Coach, Isaiah Leyva averages 18 points per game. Can you tell me a little bit about how he might play into tonight's success?
Yeah, I mean, I think the stats are the stats, but if you really look at his impact on the game, most teams that we've played have sent 2 or 3 guys at him. He's capable of putting a lot more points up, but he doesn't force things, right? He's going to play off of what the defense is going to do. So if they're going to double team him, then he's going to get rid of the ball, and we're going to make the team pay.
There you hear it from Coach Kishbaugh, the Buckeyes Hawks varsity basketball team.
I was kind of feeling anxious this morning, and then I came out here and we played hard, and it was just a good time. And I felt for myself, mentally, club soccer has really improved my mental health.
Before club baseball, my mental health was, it was good, but could get better with baseball. All the guys here made it a whole lot better to have fun with, to share memories with, and just play ball.
Over 2,000 students are currently involved in club sports at GCU. A study done by National Institutes of Health shows participation in sports is effective in reducing stress, depressive symptoms, and anxiety.
So the whole reason I came to GCU was actually because of my mental health and because I wanted to play soccer. And I had depression, anxiety, everything, and running in Washington. As soon as I came back here, the sunshine every day, all my friends, those 2 over there, love them. It's just been great being here, and it's a complete 180 from where I was last year, and I'm so grateful to be on this team.
For players, club sports is a great escape from everyday stressors, and their coaches know this. For example, Coach Rich Warnell makes it a point to encourage his players.
Do you feel a responsibility being the coach for the team, going to practices or games? Do you feel like what you say to them or how you act towards them impacts their mental health or affects their lives and how they view themselves?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely helps them feel, the confidence part, I want to be showing up to practice all the time. I want to be getting out of my room, which is probably one of the bigger issues with mental health.
If I wasn't in club sports, I feel like I'd be too stressed with school and just be alone in my room or just trying to figure out what to do with myself.
Is being stuck in a room and not have anybody to, communicate with and talk. And I know that's a lot of people go downhill because they're to themselves more than part of, a part of a team or something.
The season is starting for club volleyball. Several teams are here today working towards the spring season with coach Taya Scott.
Come in here, come to the CAC between 3 and 5, and they'll practice for 2 hours. And what a lot of my players will do some will stay for an extra 20 minutes to get some extra reps in.
Today's drills turn into a game between the teams, and this one is special.
We played a game called Setter's Gauntlet where you have to achieve a certain amount of objectives instead of trying to get points. And this is the first time in the 8 years that I've coached where both teams had achieved all objectives before the end of practice.
This was a victory for Scott, but her roots at GCU truly made this a heartfelt moment for her.
I love being a part of the school. I went here, and so to have a full circle moment of from being a player to a coach is kind of like the best experience. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to challenge you. I'll encourage you, but I am going to push you, and I think that's what a lot of my girls really like from me is I'll call you out, but I'll keep it fun, I'll keep it light, but it's still going to be a game, it's still going to be competitive.
The most important takeaway Scott wants her players to know for the long run is
My team goal is for these girls to leave school and graduate with the same love for volleyball. I don't want these girls to leave saying I hate volleyball. Like, I want them to finish college and say I had the best college volleyball experience that I could have.
My name's Alexandra Medina with the varsity.
Same tough environment for Buckeye, but right now they are at home and they are playing like it for sure.
That's right. Now, Copper Canyon's done after this game. Buckeye is going on to the playoffs. And the seniors are here ready to play and ready to stay. They want to stay in the playoffs.
There is Gomez Cortez, who dishes it out to Dinkins. And that will be a foul on Haskin.
Now, when I say they want to stay in the playoffs, this game right now that we're seeing is not a playoff game. Let me make that very clear. Now, after tonight, they will be going to the playoffs, and they do want to win to stay in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier about Zachary Bennett on Buckeye High School. Number 30, he's a center. He's a senior standing at 6'5". He's number 1 in field goals and number 1 in rebounds. He's also the varsity football quarterback.
Here comes Haskin bringing it across midcourt. And he tried to get it to Standard, but it was a turnover. And there was Mathis McGee driving to the rim. And it looks like he lost the ball. No foul, turnover, Hawks ball. And here comes Leva bringing it up court again. Who gets it to Bennett, but Bennett's no good inside. And that was Jonathan Dargitz forcing the ball out of bounds.
Now, we look around the court. We have grandparents, we have parents, we have sisters, we have brothers. We have everybody here, friends, family, cousins, whatever, anybody. Now, it's just so cool to see how involved this community is with this high school, Buckeye, Arizona, Buckeye High School. There's banners on the wall from every sport. The cheerleaders are here ready to go. They're fired up.
And that was a turnover on Sumerian Banks, and that'll be a Hawks ball once again, as Jonathan Dargitz will look to inbound to Darius Haskin as he brings it up. Less than a minute left to play in this third. Hawks 64, Aztecs 16. And here's Leva from 3, and it's no good. But Bennett gets the rebound and gives it right back to Leva, who dishes it to Haskin and pulls it up from 3, and it's no good as well. And there's Dargitz trying to force the turnover again, but it is recovered by Quijada. And there's Molina pulling up from 3, and it is no good as Haskin gets the board and looking like to push the tempo. Leva couldn't hold the ball. Pulls up the floater, and it is good. And we have a 50-point lead here, Alex, with less than 23 seconds left. 66-16, Hawks lead. And that is another turnover by Leva. Stumbles a little bit, and I think he lost the ball.
All game long, I just hear Leva. Leva. He's the one who has 18 points per game averaging. Now he is number 1 in points, varsity football, varsity baseball, and varsity basketball.
Leva all over the court tonight, scoring, facilitating, defending, and almost gets another steal. The little pickpocket is looking to get more turnovers tonight.
Now, what I would like to know is Isaiah Leva committed to anywhere? Because if he's not, college recruiters, get your eye on him.
Yeah, someone's missing out on something. We have a guy that's playing hustle basketball all over the court tonight. And when he's not able to score, Alex, he is giving his teammates opportunities to do so themselves.
That's right, Ben. And, looking at his points coming into tonight's game, he has 348. And that is not including tonight's points. And the team altogether has 1,260. The second person closest to him is Haskin with 237.
And that was a miss from Cortez. As here comes Leva, driving inside, pulling up from mid-range. And it was no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter here. And we have a score of 66-16. Buckeyes in the lead.
We are back from break. Now, something I would like to know right now is, how is Isaiah Leyva feeling right now? Now, he's a senior. He's going to be leaving. I would like to know what his thoughts are leaving this court for the last time in his high school career.
Leaving this home court for the last time in his high school career, as he does have one more game, as you had mentioned, and the playoffs are looming as well.
That's right.
As we enter the fourth, it is 66-16, Buckeyes lead. Hey, here comes Leyva once again on the night, getting it to Griffin. And Leyva gets the ball back. As he scans the floor. Griffin from mid-range is no good. And here come the Aztecs. And that's Dinkins with the hop step. And it is no good. But they get the rebound, and here comes Hinkins again. Puts it up, and it rolls right back out. And here comes Griffin. Kicks it to Leyva from three as it bounces in and out. Malia gets it out to Quijada. And it'll be Aztecs ball still. You know, Alex, all night we've been talking about how the Aztecs are getting in the paint and getting shots up, but they just aren't following their way. And if you ask me so far what I think the reasoning for that is, that's just the interior defense from Buckeye tonight. They are forcing tough shots, and the Aztecs aren't able to get shots up that they would prefer to take.
That's right, and they look like they're going to go in, but then they just bounce right out. So, I mean, I don't know. Copper Canyon's trying, but they're just not going in.
You got to respect the effort, though. It looks like Griffin was fouled, maybe. It was. It looks like Jaron Griffin is going to go to the line with a chance to add 2 to this monumental lead.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Jaron Griffin. So he plays guard. He's a senior standing at 6'1". He's number 1 in steals, and he averages 2 per game. Now, right now, he's second in points with 249. Talk about an asset to the Hawks.
He also leads the team while he's at the line. We're going to talk about this. He doesn't lead, but he is second in the team in free throw percentage with a 71% free throw percentage. As he made his first one, and here comes his second attempt. It is good. And we have a 68-16 lead. And we have Jemai Berry coming in for Jaron Griffin for the Hawks. And here come the Aztecs. Malia driving inside, hop step, pulls up, mid-range, up and out. And it looks like we're going to have a foul on Jemai Berry. And that'll send Samarian Banks to the free throw line.
That is right. Now, Copper Canyon is from Glendale, Arizona. We are in Buckeye, Arizona right now, an hour away from Chandler. How far is it from Phoenix?
Quite a bit, Alex. I mean, I live in downtown. It took me about an hour to get here. You know, I-10's a bit hectic around this time, but it is still a bit of a trek from Copper Canyon.
That's right, and they're from Glendale, as I just said, so I'm not sure how long that is, but if it's an hour from Phoenix, I'm sure it's similar.
That is Alex Quijada with the rebound and with the ball. Almost poked out, but Melita ends up with it, pulls up from 3, and makes it. As the Aztecs make it 68-20. And here comes Cardenas. Passing it to Standard, back to Cardenas. Lots of ball movement here.
Right now, Darius Haskin of the Buckeye High School Hawks is on the court side taking pictures with a professional camera of his team.
He is down there by the Gatorade stand.
You talk about a fired up senior. We see one right there, number 1, Darius Haskin.
You know, he was the starter. He was putting up points, creating turnovers, and he almost dunked it maybe once or twice. Not just tonight, but just 2 weeks ago. There was a huge highlight if you were watching that broadcast that night. They were up by at least 20. And Haskins, every time he had the ball, he smelt blood in the water as he was trying to put the ball up in the basket all night that night. And now, as Alex said, he's down there taking photos for the team on his senior night, taking photos for his boys that are still in the game.
Talk about a team player.
Exactly.
You know, he's also on the varsity football team as a wide receiver, so, you know, he's an all-around athlete like most of Buckeye High School is. You know, he's number 1 in assists at Buckeye High School, 4 per game. And he's even taking pictures of
Photos
the
of
crowd.
the crowd. No, he's loving it. They're loving it. You know, if sports don't work out for Darius, maybe a photography career is in the line for him.
Talk about one heck of a night for Darius Haskin.
Absolutely. And there's a mid-range shot from Kamari Williams, and it's no good. But the ball falls back into Cardenas' hands, who pulls up from 3, and it is also no good. And here comes James Cortez for the Aztecs, who puts the floater up from the free throw line and makes it in. And then it makes it a 68-25 game. And here comes Pablo Cardenas once again.
On the floor on Copper Canyon, number 21.
And it looks like we're going to have a foul on Copper Canyon. And Saran Jordan has entered the game for Davon Standard, as it looks like the Hawks might be depleting into their bench for the rest of this game here, Alex. You know, if you're Copper Canyon, you're on the road, tough environment. You know it's the other team's senior night. You know they're going to be juiced up. We don't like to put people down here with the Varsity Sports Show, but you've got to admire Copper Canyon's grit. Coming into this game, tough environment, and they're still playing until the clock hits 0.
That's right, Ben. And, you know, the score, like you said, 68-27. Copper Canyon currently looking to make it 68-29. But I think we're pretty close to saying that this game is just over, you know.
And what an effort by Buckeye.
That's right.
Last home game, all the energy in the world. Seniors playing for each other, playing for the guys behind them, everyone watching, and they did not disappoint. There's Darion Good with the ball, who gets it back to Kamari Williams. Back out to Elias Ramirez, who pulled up from 3.
Now,
and that was Jemai Berry, who couldn't get the rebound, as it'll go back to Copper Canyon.
Now, this game is almost over. Right now, 1 minute and 25 seconds. Be sure to stay tuned in, as I will be down on the court with the player of the game, and Coach Kishbaugh.
That's right, listeners. Stay tuned. And I think we all know who the player of the game tonight is, Alex.
You got it.
And the Hawks were looking to push the tempo, but here comes Melita stepping back from 3, and it is good. Talk about a shot. Isaac Molina for his second 3 of the night, making it 68-30 with less than a minute to go this quarter. And that was Darion Good pulling up from 3. And it was no good. And that's James Cortez throwing it down court to Molina, who chucks one up, but is stepped out of bounds. So it'll be Hawks ball once again. And as Alex said, guys, stay tuned in to catch an interview with Coach Kishbaugh for Buckeye and the player of the game tonight. And here comes Molina bringing it up court for the Aztecs, who throws it cross court to Samarian Banks, puts it up, gets the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. And despite the score tonight, if you look down at Copper Canyon, it is all smiles from both sides, both teams, even talking to each other. I mean, the score says one thing, but if you ask me, varsity tuners, everyone on this court is smiling. Everyone's having a great time. It's a great night for everybody, no matter what the score is. Samarian puts up his first shot, and it was no good. And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Buckeye is on an 8-game winning streak going into this game. So once this one closes out, they will be on a 9-game winning streak, improving to 15-10 on the season and 12-0 in section play, cementing themselves still in the lead in the 5A Central Valley section. And we are 17.4 seconds away from that 9th game win streak. And there's Sumerian trying to get the ball to his teammate, Quijada, but it was tipped by Elias Ramirez. Out of bounds. And this is likely looking like the last possession of the game here, as the Hawks will just try to maintain possession here to close out this game. And that will do it, folks. With a final score of 68-30, we have a Buckeye victory. And stay tuned, listeners. As we've said multiple times, we have Alex Medina getting you an interview with Coach Ricky Kishbaugh and the Buckeye player of the game.